Chapter 12. The next day at school. That's all I remember. I woke up covered in sweat. The clock at my bedside said it was 7 o'clock, which was weird because I never had a clock at my bedside. I wonder where that clock came from. I looked around. Everything seemed normal. There was no evidence that all those ghosts had visited me during the night. AJ! My mom called from downstairs. It's time to get up for school. I don't feel good, Mom, I said. Can I stay home today? Oh, you say that every day, silly, my mother replied. I dragged myself out of bed and got dressed. I went downstairs to eat breakfast and rode my bike to school. The first person I saw when I got to class was Andrea. She was putting her backpack into her cubby. Good morning, Arlo, Andrea said cheerfully. Ugh! I screamed in horror. Don't touch me! Leave me alone. What is your problem? Andrea asked. All I said was good morning. I went over to the guys, hoping Andrea wouldn't follow me. Are you okay, dude? Ryan asked me. You look like you've seen a ghost. I did, I told him. I feel sick. I think I need to go to the nurse's office. That's when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. Our school nurse, Mrs. Cooney, was walking by our classroom. Did somebody say the word sick? She asked excitedly. Mrs. Cooney loves it when kids get sick. If kids didn't get sick, she wouldn't have a job. AJ thinks he's sick, said Michael. Mrs. Cooney pulled a thermometer out of her pocket. Say, ah, she said, poking the thermometer into my mouth. It took 1,100,000 seconds for the thermometer to beep. Finally, it did. And Mrs. Cooney looked at it. 98.6, she said. Perfectly normal. You're fine, AJ. Arlo is faking it, Andrea told Mrs. Cooney. He just wants to get out of school. Arlo does that all the time. But he is really sick. Sick in the head! Oh, snap, said Ryan. Andrea said you're sick in the head. Are you going to take that, AJ? I looked at Andrea. She had her hands on her hips. When girls put their hands on their hips, it means they're mad. Nobody knows why. Aren't you going to say something mean back to me, Andrea? Asked Neil. Yeah, AJ, said Michael. Aren't you going to say something mean back to Andrea? I was faced with the hardest decision of my life. If I said something mean back to Andrea, I would get in trouble. And if I didn't say something mean back to Andrea, all the guys would say I was in love with her. Ryan was looking at me. Michael was looking at me. Neil was looking at me. Emily was looking at me. Everybody was looking at me. It was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. See it star? And then we go down the star below. It says, well, that is if anybody had brought pins with them. But who brings pins to school? That would be weird. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. No, I said, I'm not going to say anything mean back to Andrea. I went to my desk and sat down. Ooh, Ryan said. AJ isn't going to say anything mean back to Andrea. He must be in love with her. When are you going to get married? Asked Michael. Well, that's pretty much what happened. Maybe all those ghosts will stop bothering me and mind their own business. Maybe I'll get to fly again.